Good morning. Good morning, Donna. You're the first person I see. Hi, Jean. This is Memory Bound from the Southwest Division. Welcome to very cold Arizona. I think it's about 30 degrees out there. Looks like we've got people hopping on. Again, good morning from Southwest Division of Memory Bound. And this is Maggie. And hi, I'm so glad. You would not believe how much I have worried about trying to get on here and setting this up all by myself. I didn't have Kelly to help me. And so I think I did it. Can you all hear me? All good, Kelly says. All right. Good morning. Hi, Barb. Hi, Oshra. What we're going to do today is... Oh, it's a snowy. You guys are going to get snow. I'm anxious to hear how much you get up there. Today we're going to learn how to make this gift card box. And we're also going to learn how to make some diagonal cards. And thanks, Jean. All is good. I'm excited. I actually did this. Hi, Leanne. Okay, so today I have some friends here, and I'm going to introduce you to my studio audience. And so my studio audience is over here. This is Jeannie.
Good morning.
And Jeannie is from Story City. She's from Iowa.
Yeah.
And this is Pat. Pat's not an Iowan, but she's from up there in Illinois and Wisconsin. She's kind of between the two of them right now.
Good morning.
And this is Linda, and Linda will be the camera lady today.
Good morning, and we're so proud of Maggie. We're going to call her the technology, you know.
Yeah. I don't know how I did this, but hi, Juanita. Okay, so Linda's going to be my camera lady, and we're just going to pan over one. I don't want to get you sick. One more time. These are the diagonal cards that I'm going to show you today. But this is the item that we're going to do this morning. It's a gift card box. And I'm going to let Linda, Kelly says hi. I'm going to let Linda take the camera. And Linda has taken the certified camera woman class.
Nope, just wedding photography is all.
So good morning. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad I'm here because I really didn't think I was going to be able to pull this off, but I actually figured out a way to get onto the camera. So today, I want to ask, am I loud enough? Can people hear me? Tell them to put hearts if they can hear me well enough.
Please put hearts if you can hear Maggie.
We're rookies here, Linda. Can you see hearts coming up?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, well, I can put my directions away. All right, perfect. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at PhotoPlay's card box that we have at Memory Bound. And this one is the kit that you can actually get from PhotoPlay. All the work is taken out of it, all the guesswork. It's so easy to make, and you can make a whole bunch of these. But in the kit, you get the actual cardboard, and you actually get a little bonus of 3 cards and 3 envelopes that come with it. So if you wanted to make a little gift for someone, you've got a good start. This is the A2 size, and I'm hoping that Janet is linking this at Memory Bound. I think we also have the slimline size, so you get the little tall, skinny ones. And I'm not sure, but we might even have the 5x7. And I know I was supposed to look and see how much that is, but I'm hoping that Janet will link that. Okay, so we're going to get started. So the box is really fun because you actually put the box together, you cover it, and then you can include as many cards as you want. And I just got kind of carried away with this line. So wouldn't this be a fun gift to give somebody in January and put a whole bunch of birthday cards in there and then give it to them. You know, maybe somebody who can't quite get out and wants to be able to send cards. It would make a really nice gift. So what I wanted to show you is I used the Photo Play card box kit. I also today used the 49 in Market Moonlit Garden 6x8 pack. And that is $11.99, but I made, I think, 13 cards and this box, and I had enough to make another box, and look, I still have lots and lots left. Then I also used the Honey Bee, this is called Birthday Wishes, and it's got a lot of fun sentiments, and I'm going to show you how I use them over here. So Linda, if you'll come over here, you can write happy birthday. Birthday is the big word. You can stamp birthday wishes. This one is one of my favorite ones. The girls came over yesterday and made some cards, and this was their favorite. It says, today, if your heart is light and happy, then my wish for you has come true. It's a great sentiment. This one is just a smaller happy birthday. And this is another smaller one that says, this is no ordinary day, this is your day. So some of these can be used on the inside of your cards as well as the outside. Now these cards were made with the Simple Stories, I forget the name, Simple Stories, Vintage Love Story. So that's the line I used to make these, that and Color Vibe papers, which I will share with you. But I just wanted to share with you those. But this one, the one I'm going to show you, is done with Moonlit Garden from 49 in Market. And then I made a cheat sheet for you. And Linda, if you'll do like a little screenshot of that, just get down there so they can see the whole thing. Maybe come from this direction so
It's not an angle. Yeah,
there you go. So I wrote down everything I used and the measurements for the pieces. And so that way you can take a screenshot. Now in the kit, inside the kit are the directions to make your box, plus some ideas. Linda, if you want to show those ideas here. Just some cute, I had some Coke last night, so I couldn't sleep, so my mind was swirling. I thought children's birthday cards, you could make a whole box of children's. You could make Mickey Mouse, you could do a Mickey Mouse and add the ears and then fill it with Mickey Mouse cards. You could do craft cards for your crafty friends. I was just thinking of all sorts of ideas. The one thing I liked about the Moonlit Garden was it's very, I don't mean to say generic, but more calming, more, you could use it for anybody. More grown-up birthdays is how I would describe it. So, you do get the directions, and I wanted to tell you about these directions. I think Teresa showed this one time. And she also said that these templates weren't exactly what you wanted. So can you see I put X's through this one and through this one? Pay no attention to those. I'm going to give you the dimensions of, when I first looked at this, I thought I could cut it out and trace around it. But they're not quite the right size. So pay no attention to those two templates. And in fact, this template you really don't need either. So I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. So let's get started. This is how it comes, like this, and it first tells you, and I'm going to open this just in case I forget. Okay, so the first thing they want you to do is to set this so that this little scalloped edge is down towards you. So that's how you do that first. And I'm going to be using glue today. I'm going to be using my trusty glue press, which I'm hoping that has come into the store, and if it hasn't come in, it's probably coming in today. So I'm going to be using glue. You could use score tape if you wanted to, but I'm going to be using my glue press. All right, so the first thing they tell you to do is to take all of your horizontal lines and fold them up and crease them. And you will know you're going over the mountain. Do not do the other side where it's indented in the valley. So you're going to go over the mountain. So you're going to crease on the horizontal lines and then crease each horizontal line like that. And once you get, and I've started to kind of do this, and just crease them. And once you do that, open it back out flat. Can they see that, Linda?
Yeah.
While I'm doing that? Okay.
Should I be vertical or horizontal? Does it matter?
I think we had you horizontal.
Yes. I'm going to switch. Okay,
Yeah.
we're back to,
Okay, sorry about that.
it was great vertical though.
And Linda, if you're looking and you see someone ask a question, you can go ahead and just stop me and we'll try to answer it. So
Okay, where would they pop up,
they
Maggie?
should be popping up at the bottom. Can you see people?
Yes,
there.
I can.
Okay. If they have a question, we can answer it. Okay?
I don't have my glasses on.
Oh,
Do you have? No.
anybody have a pair of readers? Okay, that's okay. So now we've opened it flat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open close all of the vertical towards you and just crease them. And you can open them back up. And so all the vertical, and I've already kind of done that, but I'm going to show you how each one, like this. Okay, and then you open it back up flat. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, remember, I have this scallop towards me. And so this is my top. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to push in these two small pieces. And we're going to add, the one thing about using glue is it gives you a little bit of wiggle time, where score tape, if you get it on there crooked, you're kind of stuck with it. And I know there's a little trick as to putting a little bit of glue on your score tape, but we're just going to use our glue. And I want you to know that this glue has been open like this for about 3 days. I have not put the lid on, and so it's still working. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to lift up this part, and we're going to glue the tabs like this. And it takes pretty quickly, and so just kind of keep pressing, and it should be sitting up like that. And so the inside of your box should look like this. Okay, the next step is these two pieces we're going to push in. You'll see how easy this is. And you want to remember that this triangle part up here, I'm not going to put glue on because it's not going to be stuck to anything. So we're just going to go up to that part. And we're going to add, make sure you get to the edges. How's my studio audience doing over there?
Doing great.
I'm not hearing any cheers.
I gave them some hot coffee. It's really cold here. It's just
Yes, it is.
not what we expected, but
Not Arizona weather.
okay. So now I'm going to fold this up and press those in. Isn't this easy, Linda?
It is. I think I could even do
You're
it.
going to want to make one of these for every one of your friends and family.
They are beautiful.
And see how quickly that glue sets up. It sticks pretty well. Okay, and then the next one are these two flaps, and we're going to and you know what? I just remembered that I skipped a little spot. This is live TV, you know. These are the, no, that'll work. These are the two pieces that the templates were wrong, or didn't seem to be right on that photo play. So these are the pieces that when you cut your papers, you can go ahead and lay them right underneath here and do your tracing around. So you can do that, and that will give you the right size for those side flaps. And the same goes for this, which I'm going to show you. this, your paper, and I've got these labeled. This paper was supposed to be cut 3 by 4.5. And then what I did is I laid it under there and I traced that scallop. And that's how I made my design. And I did that before I started gluing, and I apologize. It doesn't tell you to do that, but that helped me was to get that. And I should have shown you that. Okay, so these flaps go inside here then. Okay, and now look at how quickly we had our box. The box is done. And you know, when I first started making this, I thought I would have to make, I thought I would have to have a magnet, but you don't need one. It just stays shut. Okay, so, you know what? I'm sorry. I put this on the outside. I think we'll still be okay.
The paper will cover it.
Yeah, the paper will cover it. These should have been on the inside. Sorry. I'm having... Okay, that's okay though. The paper will cover it. It will be fine. But when I did that, this should have been, these flaps should have been on the inside. I apologize for that. But look how quickly that went together. And once you've done one, it's so easy to just make up the others. Okay, and again, you don't need magnets. You don't need anything tying them. It just stays shut. Now on mine, and I don't know, Kelly, if you remember this, but I put a button, and as you know, I like to collect buttons. And so these are the shell buttons, and Iowa has kind of a little bit of a history with shell buttons. Over in Muscatine, Iowa, there used to be a button factory, and so they would take clamshells and they would punch holes into the clamshells and make their buttons, and that's why they're called pearls. And so I have a collection of a lot of pearl buttons that they're kind of what I look for when I go to like antique stores. Anyway, I gave Kelly a whole bag full and told her that anybody today who orders one of these photoplay boxes, kits, she'll throw one of those buttons in for free. And it's a collector. You will notice the difference. Ooh, thank you. I'm kind of like Oprah. And today you're going to get. So she has
Maggie's favorite things.
Yes, it's one of my favorite things. And so I pulled out a bunch of this size. And so if you order one of these, she's going to throw in one of these buttons for you. And I hope she can find them because it was before I left. So. Anyway, okay, so now that I've got the box ready, and again, I pushed these up these flaps should be on the inside, but we're going to cover it with paper, so no worries. Okay, so what I did is, again, Linda, if you want to just show a screenshot of this piece right here. That's the sizes of the paper that you need to use for this project. And I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I just wanted to show you when I cut the 4.5 by 4 1/4 for the front. I went through, that's okay. I went through the pack, and I just found, look at all that I have left, and I made 13 cards and a box and 2 boxes. But I went through and found, like, I think it was this piece right here. And I wanted my box to have this on the bottom. So when I cut my piece, I cut it from this piece right here. But there's so many other choices too. So I cut my piece from the bottom of that. And so basically all you do is just use your glue or your score tape, whichever you prefer, and thumbs up if you have a glue press or are getting one, because I heard that they're either there or very close to getting there. Are we getting some thumbs up? Linda?
Yes. Lots of thumbs up, Maggie.
Oh my gosh.
And hearts too.
it's a great little tool. Well, I hope that Memory Bound has theirs in and you start to get yours. And so basically each piece, now this piece right here, I could have traced and made that this little thing. I did not do that with this one, and you can choose to do it or not do it. But it does have a little indent or a cutout right here, and you could have done that before you glued it on just by laying it on there. But look at how quickly these just glue on so nicely. So that's my front. My back is 4.5 by 5 3/4. We'll get that on the back. And I chose to use the black out of the pack. And so I'm just going to show you very quickly. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I wanted to show you how easy this is to put together, and put together wrong like I did. But I should have put those flaps on the inside. But see how it just goes right to the edge like that. And you just press it in, and it looks like I've missed a little bit here, so I'm just going to squirt some glue. That's the beauty of this glue press, is it's so fine pointed. And so that's just the beginning of your box. But what I really wanted to show you is how I used the 6 by 8 paper pad to make all the cards. Now I wanted to share with you, when I was making this, I decided I wanted to sand the edges because I like that finished edge. And so I just, when I got them all on, I just kind of went like this, and it takes away any hangover if you've got a little bit of excess paper. It just finishes it off, and I kind of do it. Makes it a little more vintage, but it just makes it look like it's part of the box rather than paper covering the box. So I did do that. Now on this one, I did use pumice stone ink to ink it. You do not have to ink it. It looks just fine without the ink too. So, but what I wanted to share with you is this paper pack. I'm trying to find the front cover of this again. I had it pulled out. No, it must be in here. Okay, so this paper pack, this is what I have left. And I'm sure, here it is. I'm sure that I could make another box and more cards. But this is the Vintage Artistry Moonlit Garden. I love the colors. It's kind of the blues and grays and greens and a little black sprinkled in. And so what I wanted to share with you is I think you get 3 each of each paper pattern. And then you also get a little cutout thing. And I cut this out, but I didn't use it. But if you look at the front, I cut out the leaves and added that. Now, if you wanted to, you could stamp birthday wishes on here and make it a birthday box. I chose to kind of leave it because you could then put birthday cards, you could put sympathy cards, thinking of you cards, anything you wanted in there. So they do give you a little bit of some cut aparts, but look at what I have left. So I wanted to share with you some of the ways I made using the Honeybee stamp set. And that is this stamp set. Again, it's called Birthday Wishes. And you can see I used almost every one of them. And so I'm going to show you the diagonal cards today, but you can make Happy Birthday, Birthday Wishes. But these I just cut out from the paper pad and just found a neat spot that I liked, cut it out. And this one says Happy Birthday. And again, I'm going to show you these little gems too that I used. Happy Birthday, I thought this one was a great one with just that butterfly or moth, whatever it is. Happy Birthday, I love the little dandelions coming up. But these are all just pieces from the paper pad. But look at how many I made and look at how many I have left. So all I did was just stamp them, and then I added some gems, which I'm going to share with you. There, the gems are up here in the corner. So I had like 3 papers like that, so I made 3 cards. And so I made this one a birthday box, but you could certainly make it in everyday, different ones like sympathy, thinking of you. I wanted to share with you, a friend of mine for Christmas gave me some honeybee gems. It was one of her favorite things. So the ones she gave me, this one is called, this one is called Farm Fresh Holiday. There's that one, and we used a few off that. This one is called Summer Stems. We used a few off that. And then this one is more like the pearls. It's called Metallic Mix, and we were using some of those, and you'll see those on the studio audience's cards. Okay, so you can go through this book, and you can still find lots of things. I thought this was a cool one. This would be cool, like for a 5x7 card. Just to share with you, there's lots of more plain, but look at this one. This could have been the front of your box. This one could have been the front of your box. Look at the backs. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. This is the one I used, I believe.
They really are beautiful. I hope the colors come through
Very
on the screen.
serene, aren't
Yes, very.
And this
They're
one
beautiful.
you could have used. So there's so many choices, and not only choices, but then 3 of them. And here is another one. And when I'm going to show you these diagonal cards, any paper that you can find that kind of has an all-over pattern, no up or down, is going to work for these diagonal cards that I'm going to show you today. So, again, this box, it's Photo Play, and it's called Card Box, and this is the A2 size. You can get the slimline. I know we have slimline, and I'm thinking we even have 5x7. But it's so fun. But don't make the mistake I did that I put the flaps on the outside. But it'll work. Once we cover it, it'll be fine. Okay, so my next thing I wanted to share with you is how we made the diagonal cards. And my studio audience and Linda came over yesterday, and I showed them how to make the diagonal cards. Did you like those, Linda?
I love them
How about
because of the
studio
beauty
audience?
and the simple.
They're the best. So easy to do.
I can't wait to send mine out.
And the studio audience is going to share theirs that they made. Okay, are we ready? Okay, so what you need for a diagonal card is you need a card base. And I buy the Super Value Pack from Memory Bound. You get 50 cards, 50 envelopes. They're already pre-scored and they're ready to go. And they're not super heavy, and that's okay because by the time you add your layers, they're a nice weight. So you're going to want to make so many of these. You will need a 50 pack. And they come in white, they come in cream, and even craft, paper bag craft. And you can also get them in 5x7s. And this 6x8 paper pad, you could do the same thing with a 5x7. And so, okay, so what I did is I folded my my card base, and look at me, I'm working on my surface here. Okay, so that's ready. These are so easy and so fun, and out of one sheet of paper, you can get 12 cards of the pattern paper. I figured it out last night. To make this card, if you use one sheet of your pattern, you get 12 cards. And so you would need one sheet and then 2 sheets of your plain color vibe. And I also wrote down the names of the colors I used. This again is Simple Vintage, what did I call it? Simple Vintage Love Story, I believe. And that's available at Memory Bound. It's kind of their Valentine line, but it's a beautiful line for spring, for weddings, for Valentine's. And so I did write down on that screenshot the colors I used. So the first thing we're going to do is I decided, since this is quite patterny, I'm not going to use the polka dot. I'm going to use the plain side. So I'm going to put a little glue on my, I shouldn't be working on top of this, but I don't want to move it because I'm going to be using it. Okay, I'm just going to center that on there, and that size is, let's see, the mat is 4 by 5 1/4. I always go about 1/4 of an inch less. That's pretty good. Okay, then the pattern paper is, let's see, pattern paper is 3 3/4 by 5. That's the size that you need. And then the beauty of this is it's called a diagonal cut. You're going to just put this in, and you can cut any diagonal that you like. So I'm going to cut just like that. Now I instantly have the pattern paper for my 2 cards. I'm going to be making, I can make 2 cards. So I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to adhere that. Any questions, Linda, that you can read?
Lots of positive comments, Maggie.
Okay, and again, this paper is such a pretty line, and it's called Simple Vintage Love Story. It's a very feminine line for Valentine's Day, for weddings. It also has some cut-aparts that are really cool. So basically, you're going to do this, and on your next card, you're going to use this part. So you're getting 2 cards out of each piece. But what I like to do, and you know how I like to add a little black, I like to add a little black dividing line. And so my favorite black, of course, is that Color Vibe, and it's a softer black. It's not your real harsh black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have this. This is 1/4 of an inch. I just cut some 1/4 of an inch strips. And I'm going to lay this, and I'm going to use my glue on here for a reason, because I'm going to be cutting off what I don't use. So we're just going to put a little bit there, like that. And I'm going to just adhere this right along the edge. And the reason I like the black is it's a softer black, and also it picks up the black in your sentiment when you print it in black. You don't necessarily have to do this, but I like that black strip. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and I'm going to cut this right there at the edge. Now when Linda did this yesterday, she decided she wanted the black strip to go clear to the edge, and you certainly can do that. Okay, so there's that piece, and then we're going to cut off this piece right here at the angle, so it's going to go clear to the edge of the pink. And then all you have to do on this card is stamp your sentiment. And again, we're going to go over here. Now this one probably doesn't have room for the big birthday. It could possibly fit on there. But here you might use the little one. And this one I put at an angle like that. And I thought this would be good for like a masculine card. But there's a smaller happy birthday on that stamp set that would be cute on there. But these are just backgrounds. If you want to, you could punch out a little flower along and kind of have it hang over the edge. So there's lots of things that you could do, but what we did yesterday is we used our happy little gems. Anybody recognize, instead of happy little trees, we're going to put happy little gems on ours? And somebody quoted Bob Ross the other day in the Pottery Studio. I thought it was funny. Okay. So I thought that I might put these little white ones on. And these are self-adhesive. They are adhesive on them. But what I'm going to do is, just to make sure that they don't fall off in transit, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of glue. And you can do that with that glue press because it's so tiny. And I don't have any fingernails, so I'm good. But Pat, my friend over here, we had to get her some tweezers because she's got the pretty nails.
There's one in every crowd.
We had to take care of Pat and her pretty fingernails. Okay, so just by adding that little bit of glue, it just makes sure that they're not going to fall off. And so I did that, and then since I put this on the card like that, oh, this, I was showing it to you upside down. So you would stamp right here. And so then your next card, you would do the same thing. You could use green. We used green. We used, I even used some black. What other colors did I use? I used a teal. But now you've got this piece, and this piece then would go on another card. And again, like I showed Linda yesterday, it can go this way. You can go this way. You can turn your card this way and do it like this. Turn your card, and whatever mat, the mat that you want to choose has to be light enough so that you can stamp on it. So that's how you get 2 cards for every diagonal cut. And I'm not going to take the time to stamp it because I think you guys all know how to stamp. But this stamp set, it's great. It's got great stuff for inside a card as well as outside a card. It even has happy belated birthday for us that are
Oh, I need to
sometimes
use that one.
We've got lots insides. Let's Celebrate could be inside. I hope your birthday is filled with all of your favorite things. That could be the inside. Sending you all the brightest wishes. But this one that I showed here, I think it turns the birthday wish around. It turns the birthday wish to the person who is sending the card, because it says, today, if your heart is light and happy, then my wish for you has come true. I love that sentiment.
We did too.
Yeah.
We did too,
so,
Maggie.
That's what I wanted to share with you today. And again, I hope Kelly can find that bag of buttons, but if you purchase one of these box kits of the Card Box by Photoplay today, she'll throw a genuine pearl button, none of that plastic stuff, and she'll throw that in there for you. Now I'm going to take you over to our studio audience, and they're going to show you the cards they made. And we got together for about an hour yesterday, and I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to go over, and we'll start with Jeannie. And Jeannie, oh, Kelly found the buttons. Yay!
Kelly is organized.
Yeah, this one, they were so easy to make, and you can see the little gems. And this was the one that Maggie was showing today. If your heart is light and happy, then my wish for you has come true. And you can see the 2 different flowered papers show how you use both parts of the paper after you've cut it.
Yep, so both of those are from that same piece of paper.
Yes.
Okay.
This was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Jeannie. And Pat's going to pat with the fingernails. She'll be always known as Pat with the fingernails.
And this was my very first time ever making a card, and I can tell you it was very easy, but Maggie's a great teacher. I did the same little saying with this one. I loved it, and I can't wait to send it to one of my very, very best friends. But the fun part also that we did was
Oh, I forgot
we
to tell them.
stamped on the envelopes, which I thought was just a really, really cute thing to do. So let me tell you, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And we had such fun doing that yesterday. So I really want to thank Maggie for including me. And I was the one that ended up with ink on my hands because, again, I'm the newbie, but that's okay.
And she could not pick up those little gems.
No, but and I'm kind of a rebel. I used the polka dots on the outside, because I just had to be different. But that's okay.
And she practically used up all my gems here. Can you see how many she used?
But thank you. It was so fun, and I know you guys will love doing it.
Okay, and Linda, our camera lady.
I have to say, those gems add so much to the card. They really bling it up just enough to make it so pretty.
And I did the same pretty much as the girls.
And so that
And,
came from one piece of the flowered paper from Simple Vintage Love Story. And look at this. I just happen to have this stamp.
Read it, Meg.
Warning, opening this card will result in extreme joy.
And it was extreme joy making these cards yesterday. It's always fun. And there's another one, Maggie.
Oh, happy mail. Get ready to be amazed. And I'm not sure what kind of stamps we have like that over on the south wall, but I'm sure the girls will look and see if we still have those. Julie says, love the video, great studio audience. Let's pan.
Thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun.
They're still waiting for the freebies that I'm going to be passing out at the end.
She made us coffee. Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us out here in the Southwest. And I hope this inspires you to make a gift card box for a friend. And I hope Kelly remembers to put your pearl button inside your order. So thank you so much. And thank you from Memory Bound. And we will see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.